Content-wise, this is easily one of the cleanest films I've seen all year. It's just been rated for coarse language, and even that, I mean, there is hardly any. There's one F word. At one point, someone gets called an ass, and I think sons of bitches is used a few times. That's it. That's all the language in the film. There's a couple of name-calling words, stuff like yokels and hoodlums and that sort of stuff, but really, it's very, very clean overall. I mean, there isn't any violence in the film. I mean, the most violent thing that happens is that somebody slams their fist down on a car trunk at one point. At another point, someone slams their fists on the table. There's a bit of arguing and yelling in the film, but even that isn't really over the top or anything. There's no blood or gore in the film. Probably, you know, even again with violence, someone says something a little bit violent. You know, he makes a comment that if his competitor was drowning, he'd stick a hose in his mouth. So it's a pretty foul comment, but again, that really is the most violent thing that happens in the whole film. Same with sex and nudity. There is no sex anywhere in the film. There's a married couple that you do see in bed a few times. They're just talking or they're sleeping. So you see them in their underwear, you know, and this is 1950s, so it's not exactly the most kind of raunchy underwear. It's, you know, I mean, singlet tops and pajama pants and, you know, 90s that cover most of the body and that sort of stuff. So sex doesn't have a presence at all in the film. Likewise with nudity, there's no nudity anywhere in the film. Alcohol and drugs, yeah, there's a bit of alcohol in the film. Mostly, our main character does like a drink. He seems to favour whiskey. So there's a few scenes where he seems to constantly have a glass or a tumbler of whiskey in his hand. But, you know, and there's other scenes which are in restaurants, so you see people drinking wine and champagne and cocktails, but, you know, it's very much in the background. I mean, it's not a heavy theme. Same with drugs. There's no drugs or illegal drugs anywhere in the film. And the only gambling reference is that you see some people at a bingo hall. So, you know, pretty tame stuff. So, look, even though it has been rated for coarse language, I don't think this is a particularly big issue to worry about. Like I said, just one F word has earned it its rating. So it's a pretty tame film and pretty clean film overall. One of the things that has been flagged by the classification board, however, is just the themes of the movie. And I guess this is where it, you know, it'll dictate what kind of audiences will come and see this film and how you'll enjoy it. Because the themes are about ruthlessness and persistence and business and takeover. I mean, our main character, Ray Kroc, as he's presented here, is a really ruthless character. I've got to say the performances in this film are absolutely extraordinary. Michael Keaton is incredible, and you really do see his character move through that arc of being a kind of a frustrated salesman who isn't really getting to where he wants to be in life. He doesn't like his lot, he wants more, and then when he finally gets it, and you just see him run with that, and you actually see the tipping point where he becomes obsessed, where he becomes, everything else fades away in his world, all his priorities fall away, and you just see it in his eyes, this manic determination of him running with this idea of well, stealing the McDonald's, the McDonald's name and the McDonald's empire, which was built by the McDonald's brothers. In terms of enjoyment of the film, I really enjoyed this film. I do love origin stories and I love background stories and history. All of that's fantastic. I think the highlight of this film is the performances. I mean, not just Michael Keaton, who again is amazing, but the supporting performances. Nick Offerman, wow, he just does such a great job here of playing this restrained genius who invented the idea, the original McDonald's idea. So, and there's, you know, my favourite scene in the film is on a tennis court. Look out for it because it really is just marvellous. So that really is it in terms of content. It's a really clean film, really accessible film with amazing performances. So if you want to check out the website, please do. There is a little bit more about the content. I mean, like I said, not a whole lot though, on cinemum.net. But if you do go and see The Founder, please do leave me a comment below, particularly about Michael Keaton's performance. I want to know what you think and what you think about the actual story itself. I should mention that McDonald's has completely wiped its hands of this film. It wants nothing, no connection whatsoever to do with the film. So I think that alone speaks volumes about what you will see on screen. Anyway, enjoy the film. As I said, leave me a comment below and let me know what you thought of The Founder.